What is this? It's Sweet Spot Spray. Improve your strike now. And why is it more expensive than this? Dry shampoo. So this is a specifically made product for golf, and it's got some pros and cons compared to something like dry shampoo. Now, cost of something like this is about £7 a bottle, and cost of something like this is about £1.50 a bottle. That looks bigger, like it's got more in it, but I think this lasts a bit longer and you can do more with it. So at first glance, the first thing you'd want to do is something like this. Now it does need a bit of a shake, but if I go once, when I actually hit it, if I go once, I get quite a decent thick coverage on the face. And then if I get the dry shampoo and I give it a good shake as well, and I go once, I can't see anything. So I need to go again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again. And it's there. So I need to spray a bit more of the cheap stuff. And then what we're trying to achieve with these is to see where your strike is. Okay, it's first thing in the morning. But yeah, my first strike is right over there on the hosel. Good morning. And then we get the expensive stuff, the Sweet Spot Spray. And we get the same sort of result. So we're achieving the same sort of thing. We're getting the same sort of feedback from each of those products. Obviously one is specifically designed for golf. But there's other things you can do with the Sweet Spot Spray. Now if I do this with dry shampoo first, I'm going to go dry shampoo, I'm going to spray it on here. It takes a few sprays and yeah, we kind of get a line on the floor just about. If I now go for Sweet Spot Spray, it stands out an awful lot more, so I quite like it. We do have a lot more visual coverage from that specifically designed Sweet Spot Spray. It just comes out that little bit thicker and a little bit more vibrant on the floor. Now those marks do wear away eventually once you've walked on them a few times and stuff, so if you're on the driving range doing something like this, then don't worry about it. No one's going to complain, really. Well, they might, but they can go away. And one thing you might do while you're practicing is to check your alignment. So you get a stick down here and you get that up to your toes, and we go here and we do a bit of practice. And we go, okay, right, where's my alignment? We hit a few balls and then we hit the ball. And maybe this will just start nudging a little bit and it will just sort of creep away, and then you got to put it back in and you got to recheck it. You've got to step back and make sure it's lining up in the same place. And it's just a little bit more of a faff. So one thing I like to do with this is get the alignment where I want it. I can check it. And then I can go, whoop, take that stick away, and I've got that line on the floor and it's not going to move. And we can do other things as well to check your ball striking. So just to see where you're striking the floor. One drill that I've historically liked is to put a towel down, like so, grab a wedge and hit some balls from here just to see how close I can get my strike to not hitting the towel. So you start with a bit more distance. You hit the ball, didn't touch the towel, and then you see how close you can get that towel to the golf ball. And then we hit the towel and you've got to reset. So what I'd like to do with this scenario is put a box down. You might not have a box, you might have a sleeve. Let's do it with a sleeve. So I've got some golf balls in my golf bag. You grab a sleeve, we go dry shampoo, and we try with the dry shampoo and we try and get something on there. It sort of comes out. Again, I've got to keep spraying it. I've got to keep putting so much of this stuff on. I'm going to run out of that very quickly. If I then go further forward with Sweet Spot Spray, I go Bosch and we get that line straight away. And the difference in that is delightful. So if I'm practicing my ball striking with my wedges or my irons, I can stick down a line this side of the ball. We take that away. And then I haven't got a faff about resetting the towel. I can just see how close I can get to striking that ball without touching the line. Beautiful. And you might get a couple of little flicks on it, but you're not going to pick up the towel. You're not going to hit your towel down the driving range and lose it. So I think this stuff's really good. In the description, I'll stick the website for it. And if you fancy it, have a look.